Hello, icons, and how you doing? Welcome to episode 3 of Chitty Chat with the
Right.
icon. We are here at Drip Gelato here in Bayonne, New Jersey. We have Shani B here today.
Yes.
Let me tell you about her. She's a real entrepreneur. She has 3 businesses. She has a gelato place, she has a spa, and she has an event planning, right? Correct? Event planning place.
I would call it, I just call it like freelance creative direction because there's so many things that fall underneath that. I've never been able to kind of label myself as like event or this because it's like events, it's interior design, it's creative direction when it comes to brands. Like it's a lot of different things that fall underneath that.
Wow.
So yeah,
Good.
that's
But let me tell you, she what grabbed my attention about her, this is our first time meeting. So she did my nephew's hookah spot. And when I saw the before and after, and she did it in 30 days. She did it in freaking 30 days, and the place is laid out. But we'll show you pictures throughout when we're promoting and stuff. But I want to introduce Shani B, and she's going to make ice cream today. She's making a little sundae thing.
Yeah, we're going to do a bubble waffle.
A bubble waffle. So here you go, Shani B.
So yes, everyone, hello. I'm excited to be on Chitty, what is it?
Chitty Chat. Yes.
With the icon. It's something special about when icons, collaborate.
Yes.
It's a beautiful thing. I'm honored. Thank you.
Yes.
But yes, I am Shani B. I'm the owner and operator of both of my businesses. I'm trying to get out of the operating part, but it is what it is, right? You sometimes when you think you're ready to like let somebody run it, it doesn't always work that way. But I'm happy. I'm grateful to still be able to work and do the work. Guest services is my thing. So I'm excited to still be heavily involved in both of my businesses.
Wonderful.
I started first. Let's talk about the spa first, because if it wasn't for the spa, then the Drip Gelato would not exist.
Okay.
Drip Gelato. So the spa. Go ahead.
So when did you start the spa business when you had that?
I started the spa business mobile. So this was 2014.
Oh, wow.
When I first started the spa business, that was, I was still living in Tampa, Florida. I was crazy, y'all.
Okay.
Young and crazy. I went on my self-discovery journey before I knew it was a self-discovery journey. I just kind of felt something. I worked for the Hyatt Regency, downtown Jersey City.
Oh, wow.
For a long time. I went to school for hotel management, hospitality. But and I was open, like it was random. I just said, I'm giving everybody a 2-week notice.
And
my
do
friends,
my thing.
my family,
and that's
my
how
man,
you have to do
everybody.
it.
At the time, I was like, I'm giving everybody a 2-week notice, and I'm gonna move to Tampa. And gratefully, I was able to be transferred down there. So I didn't have to find a job. I didn't have to find friends and things like that. But I use social media. Shout out to Instagram.
Yes.
Because I was able to find people just off of hashtags. So in that moment is when I realized hashtags
work, y'all. I'm telling you.
a big deal, right? Like, yeah, they're trying to say like it's keywords, but hashtags still really work.
Yes.
I was able to find community when I got down there.
In Tampa.
In Tampa.
Okay, find the community.
I was, in Tampa. I went out a lot, right? I was a party girl. I'm still kind of a party girl, but I changed the way I party. But
Right.
I was a party girl. I found all the people at the parties. I would hashtag the biggest clubs in Tampa, and then I would click on there, and then I would see who's going. So I already knew who I was meeting before I even got there. It sounds crazy, but that's how networking really
that's
works,
how it works.
right? You
That's
have to
how
be
it works.
intentional. Like,
Right.
if I saw Ashley and Ashley was like, I'm going here with my friends and I'm
Smart. I love that.
meeting
I
people
love that
here, I'm
marketing.
like, all right, when I get there, I'm gonna meet a girl named Ashley. And I did meet a girl named Ashley. We're still friends to this day.
Wow.
In Tampa, but I met her through a hashtag. So it worked out for me for a little while. I stayed down there for 2 years, but eventually the going out, I wanted to change how it was going out, right? And at the same time, even though I gave everybody a 2-week notice, I was still going through like a heartbreak, right? So within that 2 years I was down there, I went out, I partied, I had a great time. I met a lot of good people. Tampa's a hidden gem. It's beautiful. But I realized that I was still searching for something. Again, I was on a self-discovery journey that I didn't even know. Like, I didn't know, but I was still looking for something, right? And that's kind of where I started, like, creating my own audience. I didn't even realize I was doing that, but people were loving the journey of me.
Same here, yeah.
Just doing things.
Doing
like,
it. Yeah.
she went to Tampa. I'm like, so in the midst
that.
of all of that, I realized, okay, I'm searching for something. And at the time, I wanted a different kind of community. It was beyond just going to the club. Like, I needed something. So I was like, I'm going to do a woman empowerment event. That's how I started the spa business.
Okay.
Did the woman empowerment event. Before I did it here. I was still living in Tampa, but I did it here.
Okay.
The reason why I did it here.
So, but you're born and raised here.
I'm born and raised
here.
Bayonne, Jersey City. I went to grammar school. My dad is from Kerry Woods.
Okay. All
my
right.
mom is from here, from Bayonne. A lot of my family is from here. We're a small family. That seems big because Bayonne is small, but it's small.
Yeah, right.
But a lot of us are from Bayonne, New Jersey.
Okay.
But I had the best of both worlds. I feel like I went to grammar school in Jersey City. I went to 41.
I went to 41 too.
Shaniqua when it was Boswick.
I went to 41 too on Bergen out when it was on Bergen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that Snyder was 41. So that's where I went, and I lived across the street on Wilkinson Avenue.
Yes.
Oh my God.
I'm from Boswick.
Wow.
A proud graduate of Fred W. Martin School.
Yes.
I love that school. And I don't know if I should go. Look, now you got me wanting to talk about 41. But I went to 41, and then I went to Bayonne High School. My mom sent me back over here to go to Bayonne High School.
Now, have you ever went to school for what you do or self-taught, like self-learned? You learned
I
it
did.
yourself?
So once I came back from Tampa, so after I did my first woman empowerment event up here, I realized the impact that I had in Bayonne, New Jersey, and Jersey City. Like, a lot of people came out for that one event that I randomly did. I was about 23 years old. To the world, they're like, what's she going through? What's she doing a woman empowerment event for? But I was searching for something, and it was a community, right? I wanted
your spirit,
guidance
your soul. That's right.
On different things. And it was even about relationships, because it's like, I come from a family of women who are very independent. A lot of them aren't married. So I'm like, I want to be married. So I was looking for different type of guidance. And once I did that one event and realized, okay, I have impact here, I'm coming back to Bayonne, and I'm going to do my business in Bayonne.
Look at that.
So I moved back up here, and I did it here. So once, the way I decorated, now this goes back into the events thing that you were talking about.
Okay.
So once I decorated the one empowerment event, I decorated this event, and someone liked the way I decorated and asked me, can you do my daughter's spa party?
Look at that. Wow.
And I'm like, I'm not a person that says no. I'm a person that says yes.
Okay, yes.
Because even if I can't do it, then I made the icon. I probably know Icon, and Icon could do it, right?
I love connecting dots with people,
yes,
too.
I'm a master connector.
Yes,
dot
same,
connector.
same.
So I said yes. I've never done a spa party a day in my life, but I did my research, and from that one spa party, I booked 2 more spa parties, and then from those spa parties, I just kept booking spa parties, and that's how I became the spa party lady.
Yes, love it.
So I was a spa party lady for 2 years mobile. Then eventually, just after outsourcing, you know how it gets. You own your own business.
Oh yeah.
So
yes, I know.
sometimes, you can't really depend on you depend on a lot of people, so you kind of have to jump in it yourself.
Because you want it done a certain way, this way,
so
that way.
I was like, let me get a license, and I did go to school in New York. When I transferred back, I was able to transfer to the Hyatt in Times Square, and then eventually the Standard High Line. I loved that job. Loved it.
What was
the Standard High Line and Meatpacking?
I never heard of it. I don't think.
Yes, you know that. So it's like, it's the hotel where they used to film a lot of sex scenes there.
Okay.
Where they had because the whole idea and the culture around the hotel is one night stand. Right. It's a beautiful concept.
Okay, nice.
It sounds crazy, but it's a beautiful concept.
I love that.
It's in a lot of different movies. It's the hotel where Jay-Z and Solange.
Okay, that. Okay, right there.
Yes.
So you used to work there.
Beyonce shot her video there.
Oh wow.
Rockets and Rockets there.
So it's very
Oh,
well
it's
known.
a very well known. They have the Club Leban in the on the roof.
And you used to work there.
Yes, that was my favorite job.
Look at that.
I met a lot of people.
Oh, I can imagine. And just being around
just
that.
being around the
that,
culture in New York, it was dope. So I didn't want to leave, but it wasn't conducive to
trying to
the
do
business.
your own thing. Yeah. You
So,
can't,
but there was a aesthetic school right on the corner, and that's where I went to school at.
Look at that. See, it was meant for you to go there.
Yes.
To see that, to go there for your spa place, and
yep.
just. That's what I'm saying. Things just happen. We don't realize how dots connect for us. You just got to see it. Like, okay, that's why it was meant for me to take this job. Because it's meant for me to go to this school, to open up my spa, to take it to another level.
Yep. Because I was mobile. I was just traveling all through New Jersey, and I was doing spa parties for $150 for 10 people. Killing my back.
Wow. Y'all hear that? 100, but your name got out there. But now y'all know y'all got to pay.
Yeah.
Y'all got to pay.
It's $150 per person.
Because she's very experienced.
Yeah.
But that's how you did it to get your name out and everything. And people don't understand that. Sometimes you like that. And then they be like, why is the price this? Because I'm giving you this.
Yeah.
That's why. So you have to understand that, people. Understand that, icons.
Yes.
Yes. So I love that, how you got into that business. And then what year did you open up
the ice cream shop?
Gelato.
So I opened the actual location in Bayonne, New Jersey, 391 Avenue C. It's still there, right? It's been 8 years.
Wait. You opened the Gelato space at another space than this, you saying?
So I started at the spa. So I started off doing this business, the Gelato business, as a pop-up parlor. So I started doing spa party brunches. I realized that once I got into the spa industry, I realized that, and I was still a part of a huge spa community. It's over 2,000 women in this group, and it's worldwide.
I saw you at an event.
Yes, and
on
I'm
your
so
Instagram.
upset that I cannot be there this weekend.
Yeah, I saw you at an
shout
event
out to
for that.
Candace Holyfield. She has been a really, really impactful mentor in my life. And at times, I didn't even realize how impactful she was until I started to go into different rooms and started doing my own coaching business. But Six Figure Spa Chick on Instagram, I have to do a shameless plug. Those of you who are in, because we have a beauty, health, and wellness background. So she is the queen of spa, beauty, health, and wellness. Six Figure Spa Chick on Instagram. But anyway, being a part of her community, I always knew that I wasn't like the other girls, right? They were heavily into, like, their skincare was corrective skincare and changing people's lives that way. I wanted to change people's lives through experience. So I didn't do the serious spa stuff, right? I did the fun focused spa stuff, right?
Nice. Okay.
The type of spa that I wanted to have was, I was a party girl. How can I bring that energy into the spa world, and still offering spa services? I still offer those traditional services, but I wanted to offer them in a non-traditional way. So I said, I want to open up a spa lounge. I opened up the spa lounge in Bayonne on 17th Street in Avenue C.
Right down the street.
The original name was Crown Social. It started with Crown Social because I created a social networking club. Then from doing those spa events and spa parties, it turned into a spa, but that was never the thing. But God put that right in my lap. So then it became Crown Social Spa Lounge. And I did that for from 2016 until I want to say 2020 is when I decided that I wanted to change the concept of the business. So it's currently the name. We're going through a revamp right now, like as we speak. But when it was Crown Social Spa Lounge, we did a lot of spa party brunches. So I did a lot of spa events. I didn't do one-on-one. I was very big on, and that's what I taught as an educator, is how to make 1K in a day, but doing 10 people at one time, right? So it's eliminating that one-on-one client service thing.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And how can I get 10 of y'all in my room right now and make minimum of $100, $100, $100, $100
Good idea.
in less than 2 hours? right?
Wow.
Less than 2 hours, and that was with a spa party concept.
So this is good for like people, women that may be getting married and they bridesmaids. They come together
Yes.
before the wedding, and then they would do something like that.
So I
and to
would
rent it
focus
out.
on, I called it like the Because of You crew, right? So it was like birthday parties. Because of you, I had the best birthday party. Because of you, I had the best bridal shower. Because of you, I had the best bachelorette party, right?
Yes.
So I'm thinking, and even I've even did baby showers. So
Look at that.
birthdays, Shawnee B. B
Shawnee
for
B.
baby showers, birthdays, bridal showers.
Love it, love it, love it.
So yeah, so we did the spa party
Love the branding.
brunches. I connected with one of my good girlfriends. She was a chef, so she did all the cooking for me when it came to the spa party brunches. And then I realized that at the brunches they would still bring cakes in, and I wanted it to be a situation where they didn't have to bring anything, just
Right,
come,
just
and
come.
we provided the entire experience. So I'm like, what can we offer? And I don't know why ice cream came to my head, but I was
just-
like, before ice cream, it was champagne
call it?
bottles, everybody with a straw in a champagne bottle. Then I'm like, we can't do that because we don't have a liquor license. Then I'm like, how can we still keep liquor infused with something with the dessert? And that's how we got to creating like champagne flutes with the ice cream in it. And that
Love it.
worked. And people loved it. I would have an ice cream cart and I would pop it up every time we did
Love
the spa party
it.
brunches. And then that grew. And then eventually we started doing the pop-up ice cream parlors where people would come. We would set up a date and they would come and would be lines. And I'm like, oh shit, this is my
know,
retirement plan.
Right, yeah.
I ain't gonna be waxing ass forever.
Right? Oh my
So
God.
that's how I did it. It started in front of the door, but then eventually my aunt came into the picture where my aunt is a very supportive person, right? She supported me with asking for nothing in return, right? And I think that's
Love that.
very important for
Yeah.
us because
She wants to see your light shine.
yeah,
That's
a lot
it.
of times we ask for support, but always got to come with something, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
even like we were just talking about crowdfunding, and like I remember when I did start a crowdfunding for my spa business, I had incentives only because I felt like, oh, who's gonna support me and not want something
Yeah,
back?
yeah, you got to get something back because you think that's how some
Yeah,
people, but
it's
that's
so
how a lot of
crazy.
people
And
think.
it's like,
Yeah.
so when you do have those people that just support you just
Yeah.
because I want to just see you grow, that's very special. And my
Yeah.
aunt was that person for me. So where we are right
Right.
now is her saying, you need a bigger spa, right? And I'm like, I don't want to put my spa there. Let's put the ice cream shop there. And that's how
This
Drip
place
was, yes.
came about.
My aunt was like, you just need a bigger spa. I kept walking past the space. And I'm
Look at
like,
that.
I don't want to be here. I want to be somewhere else. I know that my spa needs to be like where there's more pedestrian walking. And I'm like, I don't want to be here. But she got it anyway. Shout out to Dana Tucker, my aunt. And she got it anyway. And
Nice.
because of her gestures, I was like, I have to make you a partner. And that's how it became Family Biz.
A business and stuff like that. So
Yep.
she really helped you a lot with mentoring
Oh, yes.
and stuff like that.
Yes. So that's how Drip Gelato became an actual location, but we did start in front of my spa as an ice cream, pop-up ice
Look
cream
at
parlor.
that. And look at you now. Three years here.
We've been
you
here
said.
3 years.
3
Yep.
years. Wow.
3
3
years.
years. That's good. That's good.
3 years,
Some people
4
don't-
years total. Like we did 1 year in front of the shop, and then 3 years at the actual location.
Okay, great. So let's see you make
Oh,
up some. Then I'm gonna
yes.
ask you some more questions too. But let's see you make up some ice cream here. And
Okay.
Then,
gonna
okay, she
bring
about
it
to do
over.
her thing. I guess I'll be on the treadmill for a couple of days after this. And this is my first time having gelato. I never had gelato. And what is basically almost like the difference?
So gelato is just a lot. It has more air. Less air. I'm sorry. It has less air, and richer in taste and flavor. So it is
Okay.
Italian, right? It's Italian.
Yes, I heard that Italian thing.
Gelato is primarily Italian thing. But who said we can't do?
Right? Do it your way.
Do it, yeah.
Do it your
right?
way, yes. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Listen, it can still be Italian, but still be very cultured. Like,
Yeah,
why
yeah.
why do I have to even though it's a part of their culture, how come this can't be a part of ours? Because we
Culture.
could go down a list of,
That's right. Things that they use our culture for.
come on now,
You
because
know,
I could
that's
go
right.
there.
Yes.
I'm a radical in my downtime.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
So, yeah,
So,
so-
you did right. Yeah. Then why should you do it
So
that
yeah,
way?
so gelato it does have a richer taste.
Mm-hmm.
It has less air. And I feel like the biggest difference is just that it just tastes a whole lot better than just
Right.
standard regular ice cream. The way that it's created, like we were supposed to have 16 flavors, but things happen. So
Yeah.
currently we are down to eight different flavors. We try to have a vegan option. Vegan options. We do have alcohol infused options.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Which one? You want to try some alcohol infused?
Yeah, why not?
So
Tequila is my
we
favorite.
have
A
Hennessy
bad.
Almond Crunch right now.
My
We
husband love
have Hennessy Almond Crunch. We have
Wow.
Espresso Martini, and they both have alcohol in it. And then we did have Strawberry Margarita with Casamigos in it.
I would never think that you could do all of that with
Oh
ice
yeah,
cream.
so there's a loophole,
I
right?
like that.
Listen. When you
Little
start to do your research, and that's what happened. We started to dig after we realized this can be its own entity, and it could be a bigger thing. We started to do more research. My partner Clarice and I, at the time, we started to do more research and realize, okay, we can do these things, right? And a loophole with alcohol too. You don't have to have a license when it's. If it's inside of something, as long as it's not liquid form.
Right.
So
Right.
You can do it.
You could do it as long as you're not like selling like big bottles of liquor and stuff like that.
No, the main thing is just making sure that it's not in liquid form. If it's
Okay.
in a cake,
Oh, I have you.
if it's in a
understand.
cake, if it's in food,
It's okay.
It's okay. That's the loophole in it.
Now
And
you're
the-
making a
a
waffle.
bubble waffle.
A bubble
So bubble
waffle. Look
waffle
at
is
this.
one of our top sellers here, where it's like a sundae. It's like a waffle cone too. Like people love waffle cones.
Mm-hmm.
We're trying to get the one thing about this business that I thought was gonna be a lot easier. Like in my mind, I'm like, all we gotta do is just scoop.
Yeah, it's more than that.
It's way more than that.
I know it's more than
You
that.
have to stay innovative with what you offer, with your offerings. We knew, like after the first 2 years, I knew that gelato wasn't gonna. Even though it's great, it's once you taste it, we have
Yeah.
really good flavors. But I realized that wasn't gonna be the end all, and that's why we started to push more events here. And then now to talk about today, I decided to make it more of a collaborative space. So more of a creative hub for creatives. I'm actually taking one of the freezers out and just building more space here. I'm gonna renovate this front space just so people can just hang out.
But that's good that you always want to change it up. That's
have
really
to.
good.
You have to stay
that's good that
innovative.
You have to.
So we're adding a marketplace for people to sell their merch. If they have merch, if they want to sell their art. So we
Anybody.
have a lot of white spaces just for people to add their own art to it. If you want to host art events, create an art gallery here, the space is available to you. And also create an affiliated marketing plan with different communities, different entrepreneurs.
Nice.
I know what it
Okay.
takes, especially when it comes to business. You have to stay relevant and you have to be visible. So I felt like creating ice cream flavors that's dope. Like
Yeah.
you could say, oh, I have my own ice cream flavor at Drip Gelato, and then not only do you have this flavor, you're able to make money from it as well. Like it's a cross promotion thing where people will meet you, your audience, my audience will meet you,
Okay.
your audience
Yeah,
will come
right,
to me.
exactly.
So it creates a cross promotion. So that's where we're heading, the direction we're heading in with Drip Gelato. So it is also a creative hub.
I gotta come back and make an icon flavor, y'all.
Yes, that's
gotta
dope.
make an icon flavor.
And if your flavor is if it does well in the first 2 weeks, we keep it and we bring it back.
Okay.
So we
Oh
bring
no,
it
I
back.
gotta come back.
So
and do
it's
that.
nonstop.
Yes.
Like
yes.
who doesn't want to make a flavor
Yeah.
and make money? Come on,
Yeah.
y'all.
But it's something you say that because when I had my salon, I had 2 big windows. And I used to always decorate the windows. But I said, I want to do something different. And it's something that this young lady, she walked by, and we're friends to this day. And she's like, oh, I'm a designer. I sew pillows. I do draping and stuff like that. Would you ever consider letting me do something? I said, definitely you can do something in my window. I said, no problem. So I let her put all her stuff in there, her signs. I let her stay in there for a while. Then I let artists in downtown Jersey City put their artwork. They can sell their artwork from the wall. I let them put it on the wall. And that's what a lot of people... I didn't really look for nothing in return. I just wanted to connect people with other people.
Yeah.
I think that's so important.
Yeah.
And people don't realize that. And I think I saw that at a young age at my uncle. And he was a hairstylist as well, Gordon Payton. He's passed on. Everybody knows him, Creative Source. And I used to see him, he would go to his friend's house, and everybody back then was getting dentures. This man was making teeth in his basement. And my uncle was so curious to go. He would take me with him. But he learned how to even make teeth, and he was a hairstylist. Like, just to see them helping each other, and I was like, it just stuck with me. It just stuck with me. And I passed that on to, like, a lot of people to do that.
So one thing I've learned in business, and I've also learned from having coaches and mentors, and this has never left me. Like, I just know, even when I start to do my own numbers, I'm like, oh, I got to talk to more people. So if you realize in your business that you're not making enough money, you're not hitting that quota, that goal in your business, it's because you didn't talk to enough people. And that's why things like this type of what we're doing right now matters, because we need visibility. Like, we need people to see us. If you don't know that we exist, how are we gonna make money from you? So you have to be intentional about wanting to be seen where, right? I always tell my aunt, because, especially when it comes to partnerships, right? And we'll talk about a little bit more about that too. My current partnership is that I deal with 9 to 5. I'm in partnership with 9 people who work 9 to 5, and I'm the entrepreneur, right? So there's always a conflict because my brain doesn't stop. Like, this is my livelihood. This is what I do day in, day out.
Yes.
I go to sleep thinking about it. I wake up thinking about it. If I know that I need to make $500 today, I know exactly, okay, I'm planning it out. I need to talk to X amount of people today, right? I need to know where I'm making my money from, right? And how am I going to make that money? Who do I need to connect with? Who do I need to cross collaborate with, right?
Yeah.
I know I need a new audience. My audience is tired. You're not coming through like I used to. So I need to get in front of a new type of audience and new people.
That's
so
how you have to do it.
I appreciate you, and I appreciate this opportunity.
Yes, and I want to do more, y'all. Yes, I want to interview more people and connect people, because a lot of people need to know about Drip, because you can have your event here in the back. You can have a brunch. You can have your kids. Why go to Chunky Cheese? I don't know why y'all be going to Chunky Cheese all the goddamn time. And y'all can have the kids here showing how to make gelatos. Making it here.
It's easy. It's traditional. I get it.
Yes, but
there's more innovative things to do, right?
It is.
Not just with the children. Like I said, with businesses and nonprofits. Like, even let's go talk about fundraising, right? They'll do the same fundraisers. You can do a fundraiser here with creating a gelato scoop and selling it and making money that way, right? Y'all always got to sell popcorn. What is the popcorn they sell?
Yeah, right.
Schools?
You don't have to do that. You could do
Krispy
something here.
Kreme. It's the same
for
thing.
A fundraiser. For your next fundraiser, I think y'all need to connect with her. Y'all need to get with her. Yes.
So there's different ways to connect with me. Can I tell them my Instagram?
Oh, of course. Tell all your Instagram, all the Instagrams, but you got a lot of them. But let them know where they can find you.
But you can follow the personal one. And this is a teaching lesson right here. So stop giving people your business page. You need to give them your personal page. And if your personal page is not together, get it together. I have this thing where I'm like, set it and forget it, right? It's like a resume, right?
Okay.
Everybody you meet does not want to do business with you. Sometimes people just want to just connect with you. Like, I like her, right? And then just like how we met, you liked what I did, and then you followed me, my personal page.
And I was like, I like her.
And then they start to check for you and say, okay, let me go through this for real. Okay, I really like her. Let me go through this for real, right? This is a personal branding strategy. They go through your page and say, okay, she's into this and she's into that and she does this. Now they're gonna go back to your bio. Now they want to read, and they're gonna start to click, right? And this is where you start to get your clickbait. But you have to focus on that personal brand, because the personal brand, the business is just only an extension of the personal brand. The only way to scale your business is to scale yourself. So always start with yourself. Make sure that your personal page is intact and it's optimized for people to find you and to check on what everything else that you're doing. So my personal Instagram page is Shani Builds Brands. That's SHANI Builds Brands with the S. So BUILDS Brands, right?
Okay.
And then from there, if you like me, follow me. If you love me, connect with me.
Yes.
That's it.
That's it, y'all. But that's so true, yeah. And now I see why somebody on my personal page and a picture they'll like my picture. And it's from like way at the bottom, from 2000.
Yes.
I said, okay, why are they going through my page? Like, why do they like that picture?
Scroll stopping and binge
scrolling.
watching, right?
Yeah.
People binge your page.
Yeah, because I do it sometimes.
They binge your page.
I binge her page because I was all over her page.
You keep going.
But,
you keep going.
I was like,
right?
wow,
Especially
she does a lot.
Yes, if you're interested, if you're interested person, interesting person, people are going to check for you. You don't have to be pushy.
Yeah.
Just connect personally, and if there's like a like-minded thing that we both do, like those core values. Core values are a big, big thing, right? And I feel like core values need to be, even if you're a working person, entrepreneur, everybody should have core values because that's how people connect with you, right? I don't care if you work at Stop and Shop. Your core values need to align with Stop and Shop's core values. If it doesn't, that's how they hire you, right? Even when you're going on interviews, they ask you those questions like, so what do you do for fun? And where do you see your life in 5 years? Because they want to make sure that those core values align. Yes. And when you're in business and you're looking for business partners, that's the biggest lesson that I learned is like, yes, I had good people that supported me, right? And supported my endeavors and wanted to be involved. But when it came down to contracts, I didn't think about those core values. Are core values the same? Because core value, we could be in alignment right now. Alignment is like a feeling.
Oh,
like,
yes.
I'm in alignment.
Yes.
Because you could fall in and out of alignment, just like you could fall in and out of love, right?
Yes, you're right.
But one thing that stays constant is those core values. That should never, ever, ever, ever change, right? So that trumps the alignment situation. And when you go through adversity and different things, those core values is what kind of carries you.
Yes.
And if you don't have the same core values, that's when the train could fall off the track.
Yes, you're right about that. So you gotta watch it.
Core values, y'all.
Core values. Yes, I love this.
So we're gonna go with chocolate brownie. I know that you said that you like chocolate and strawberry.
Yeah, I like chocolate and strawberry. And two good flavors.
Chocolate and strawberry. We did have a really good Nutella flavor. It was strawberry banana Nutella. That was a great flavor. So we switch out our flavors a lot, especially now that we're working with one freezer now. We switch them out, so it's always different. But we always stay with two vegan options,
Those people get
two
bored.
alcohol infused, and then the 4 standard ones.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
All right. So now I'm gonna give it to the icon.
So this here, you give 2 scoops.
So this is 2 scoops of.
This is a waffle sundae.
This is a bubble waffle.
Nice.
Yeah, so bubble waffle, I'm going to pass it to you.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Let me get you a napkin for the bottom.
Okay.
And you can add your toppings. So our bubble waffles are $14. And you can add.
Okay, that's worth $14, y'all.
Any type of toppings you want. If you don't want it in a bubble waffle, we do serve pancake, the mini pancakes. I'm working on something else too. And you heard it here first.
All right, you hear it on Chitty Chat.
So everybody's going crazy about smash burgers, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know, it came to me in my mind at 4 o'clock in the morning. That's why I said this stuff don't stop. I don't stop thinking about this, right?
Same here.
And that's why we'll do anything and everything to keep it going because, it's bigger than me. It's bigger than community, like this is community ice cream shops, all right? I remember, like, if you go back and think about your childhood, you always think of the ice cream truck.
Oh, yes.
So it's just bigger than me, and there's always things constantly coming in my head, like how can I keep this business rolling, right? Because it gets slow in the fall and the winter time.
Yeah.
It gets real slow. So you have to stay innovative. But what came to me was smashed waffles. So
I like that idea.
Yeah, I like it. So
I like that. That's
Okay,
different.
how can we smash waffles?
waffles. You
So
heard
it'll
it
be
first.
like sandwiches. I gotta go. I didn't get that far with what kind of sandwiches I want to do, but there's definitely gonna be breakfast sandwiches. So we're gonna open earlier. We're gonna take this out, build out the space just to make it conducive to how we need it to be set up for us to do it, push it out. But yeah, smash
Look out for
waffles
it, y'all.
at Drip Gelato and
Look
Cafe.
out for it. Okay.
So yeah, go ahead and do
So
your
these
thing.
are different toppings that you
Yes.
have here all the time. Now, usually you do the toppings or do people when they order something? Y'all do the toppings,
We do
right?
the toppings.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
you can
I'm
just
special.
add. You can add
So
whatever
special
you
today.
want to it.
Okay.
Just like when you're creating the flavor. When you're creating your own flavor, we ask you different questions like, going back to your childhood, like what was your favorite snack, right? And because sometimes this flavor is to your personal brand or your business brand. So we ask different questions so that way we can create a flavor that's tailored to this brand, right? So it matches something. We don't want to just create things just to create it. It needs to make sense. Because if it don't make sense, it don't make what?
Yes.
Right?
It don't make no money.
So, and we also, when you speak about these flavors, it needs to it needs to have passion behind it, right? So when Icon comes back and we create this flavor, we're going to create this flavor from his favorite snack when he was a child.
Okay.
What inspires him, right? Like what's that one thing that he's just like, when I'm sad, I need this. You know, like we dig when it comes to this flavor.
That's good. That's good that y'all do that because that's important. You don't want.
You put everything on.
I'm putting everything. I'm going to taste everything. Okay, so what? This is Oreos, sprinkles.
Oreos, rainbow sprinkles.
And
we have
this?
Cocoa Pebbles.
Cocoa Pebbles.
And those are the golden Oreos.
This is golden Oreos? I never heard of that.
Yes, golden Oreos.
You know, when I was a kid, they had this place on the Junction.
Okay.
I think it was called Boomers or something like that. It was on the corner on the Junction. It was an ice cream place.
Oh, yes. Okay, somebody told me about
ice creams, you used to go there. It was old-fashioned
place. It was like
place.
Brewers Brothers or something like that.
Yes, something like
Okay,
that.
I did my research.
And the ice cream sodas they used to make, and I used to love going there. My mother used to take me as a kid. I couldn't wait to go inside the place.
They're still a really huge brand. I think they expanded into franchising.
Oh, really?
And that's what, that's
They were there
the
for
long-term goal for us too, is to, everything that I'm doing right
Franchise?
now it needs to be duplicatable. Like even in my spa, I've created the spa concept. I connected with one of my business besties, Dior Lucas, and we're creating a concept like McDonald's. Like if we set this up in Jersey City, if I set this up in Newark, if I go to Florida, if I go to Atlanta, it's the same concept everywhere, right? So I remember when I first opened up my spa, I had 1,000 services. So we now have brought it down to about only 6 different services. So it's just like ABC 1, 2, 3 for spa businesses, but a really fire concept. So that's what we all entrepreneurs need to be thinking about right now is everything that you do, it needs to be duplicatable. If it's not, then it's not. You're going to burn yourself out. It needs to be something easy where you can teach somebody and they can do it 10 times every time, right? And that's how you go into franchising. Oh, that's one of my favorite flavors. I like to actually mix that with the banana pudding.
Nice. This is my breakfast for today because I ain't even have breakfast, y'all. It's so good.
So yes,
so good.
Definitely go into franchising. That's how you're gonna get rich.
We'll say that. Yeah, the franchising.
When you can build up a concept that's so fire that people would buy into the concept, that's when you're gonna go places. You know, big places. And then you as the owner and the operator, you can you'll start to find yourself working less, you know. And if you can sell, if you have a brilliant mind and you have creative concepts, sell them. You don't always have to do everything, right? And that's what I'm learning, because I'm like, I always called myself a hyper creative. Anything that involves colors and schemes and things like that, I'm like, I could do it. I want to do it, you know?
And see, that's what people that, if they don't have that mindset, you know, sometimes employees, you know, you being the owner, oh my God, what's she doing now? Oh my God, what's she thinking about now?
Yup.
No, her mind is working to keep you here and keep the people coming
Yes.
through the door. And you have to understand that. Entrepreneurs, our mind is always constantly working to do it and taking things to another level.
You have, like,
Yes.
I will not stress that enough. Like, you have to stay innovative, especially now, right? With these new concepts with Instagram and social media, like, it's OD.
It's very
When
OD.
I first started my business, I didn't even know I was an entrepreneur. I was just working and doing the things that I love to do. Like, I knew I wanted to gather people. I wanted to make them feel good. And, you know, I was just moving that way. Now
Yep.
it's more strategic.
Yeah.
How, again, okay, if I do this, how many of these services do I have to sell this week? And how it's different
Yeah, you
now.
have
How
to
many
do it.
times do I have to get on social media? How many times do I have to
Because
talk
when
about
I was younger, and even back then, I think when I had the salon, there was no social media.
No.
It was just word of mouth. Where you get your hair done? Carlton
Yeah,
at
that's
Monique's.
it.
Carlton at Monique's. Yeah. You know,
that's
back then
it.
was word of mouth. So now with the internet, it's just
It's a headache.
Yeah, it's
It
a
is
headache.
For me, again, when I first started, it was still word of mouth. Like,
Yeah,
I was getting
Right
booked
there.
because from every party that I booked.
Yep.
Now I'm up against 1,000 other spa party people, right? So it's like, okay, let me check her Instagram, and let me check this Instagram, and let me check that Instagram before we pick this person that I found, right? I discover her, but I gotta go through a list of 10 people before I say, okay, I'm gonna go with her. Why will I go with her instead of the other people? Before it was, oh, I love the way you did this party. Can I book you for this day? Like, I was booking people on the spot. Is way different, right? Now with social media, it's just, you know,
Right.
especially as the owner, and you have to operate. I'm doing deep sighs because it's like, it's very stressful. Like, I just got over imposter syndrome. I was down for.
It happens to us.
And
people
it may
don't
come back,
understand
right? It's up and down. It makes
Mhm.
you manic sometimes. You
Yeah.
have to be mentally strong to do business, especially now in 2024. Everybody's paying attention to how they spend their money too.
Yeah, that's
so
another
you
thing.
have to show up on these internet streets, right?
Mhm.
And on and offline too, right? You got to show up in a marketplace just like as the expert all the time. You have to show up like you know what you're doing. Like, it's a whole science to it, and sometimes it can be absolutely draining.
It is. People
It
don't
is
see that.
draining. It's
It
very
is
draining.
People don't see
but
that
that's why
side.
you always have to keep yourself encouraged. Like, for me, like, I know my formula. I know that I have to make it my business to go to these empowerment events, and I have to go to a
I see you out
networking
and about.
event. Yeah, you have to, and I put that in my day-to-day schedule. Like, on a Saturday or Sunday, if I'm not booked, and I look at my calendar monthly, right? Monthly and weekly. So monthly, I'm already scheduling things in my calendar, right? So I know, okay, if Sundays, this month,
Exactly.
Sundays is going to be my networking day. I'm plugging in where I'm going to meet different people or what type of event I'm going to go to. Like, networking, people don't like empowerment events for whatever reason, but to me, it's the same concept as a church, right? If I go to church on a Sunday, that doesn't mean that I'm holier than thou, right? Like, I'm not, it doesn't mean that I'm perfect, I'm sanctified, praise the Lord Jesus, and that's
Yeah.
right. But I go to church to make sure that I stay motivated in the word, right? You got to stay motivated. It's the same concept with women empowerment events, or not just women empowerment, any empowerment event or any business or networking event. You have to go to these things to just stay motivated in the word, right? Sometimes we get discouraged in our businesses, but then you may go to this event and just hear one thing and it's like, boom.
That's how it is.
You may sit next, you don't even know who you're sitting next to, and you may sit next to your $1 million partnership.
Yeah.
But you won't know if you don't go.
Yeah.
And people look down, I don't want to go to this. Oh, it's the same thing.
And that's
oh,
what I got to get out of, because
You
sometimes,
have to.
I don't know, I see events, and I'll be like, oh, I want to go, I need to go. And I get that hermit thing. Hermit kicks in, I'll be like, oh, no, there's going to be a lot of people. And believe it or not, I can talk like this. And I'm very sociable, but sometimes when there's a lot of people, I just get anxiety. I get like, oh my God. Sometimes I walk in a place and go right to a corner. Yeah. And I gotta cut that out. I'll go right to a corner.
If this is you, this is why you need a personal brand coach, right?
Yes.
Because, and that's why I always go back to core values, right? Because when you have those core values, then you become a little bit more intentional about why you're going to these events, right?
Uh-huh.
And when you go to these events, you have to be intentional about what you're looking for, right? So if I go to an event on Sunday, before I even get there, I'm saying, hey, I need to meet 5 people on Sunday. And these 5 people that I need to meet 5 people who don't do the same thing that I do.
Gotcha.
And totally different atmospheres, different audiences. And the reason why I want to do that is because I know I need to do cross promotion. I need 5 different new audiences. Like my people ain't giving me what I need. I didn't make that $500 a day like I needed to make. So I need to get out, right? And when you go there, now you're asking people, hey, what do you do? Because now you're intentional about why you're there. You already know you need to meet 5 different people who do 5 different things.
Right.
So I think that makes it a lot more easier. And if maybe you like TV, right? And you like a show, right? And this goes back into your personal brand. You may like Tyler Perry's Sister Show.
Okay. Right.
If somebody's talking about that, that's a easy conversation for you to jump in and get started, right? Especially if you're a shy person, you can say, oh, I love that show too. Now you're a part of the conversation.
Yes.
Right? You want to find those things that people, different ways to connect with different people, and your core values will help you with that.
Right. So, Shani, how do you engage with the local community, and what impact do you hope to make here in your community? What's the impact that you want to make, and how do you engage with them, like here?
So I'm heavily involved in the community of Bayonne, and recently even got a little bit more into politics with just helping a friend with personal branding and his pursuit and passions and political things. But outside of that, right, and outside of my professional life, I do mentor young women and little girls and women in my community. We even set up something here at Drip where we haven't done it this summer, but we set it up. It's called Drip Set, and we help them set and help them with their visions, with creating different businesses, right? Like I said, I wanted to make this more of a collaborative space. So we do that with Drip. I am a co-founder of Black in Bayonne. If you aren't familiar with it, it's all about Black experiences in Bayonne, New Jersey.
Okay.
So it's a nonprofit organization. So I'm heavily involved in that. But overall, the biggest impact is leadership, right? I know that the main thing that separates people from starting things is not being a leader, right? Like those things that we grew up talking about, followers and leaders that our parents would say, those are real things, right? And still to this day, at grown ages, some people are just followers and some people aren't leaders. So I want to be impactful in that way. I want to teach leadership. I want to teach people how to operate different businesses and start businesses and gain the confidence to do the business just by simply being themselves. Like I said, you cannot scale a business or create business if you don't scale yourself. So for me, it's personal branding, right? It's being encouraging these kids to be more involved, or even just having the confidence to just say your name, because I do spa parties all the time, and I ask these girls their name, and they're like, Sarah.
Wow.
And it sounds so simple, but that's a big deal. That's a big thing when you're not confident enough to even say your name, right?
Yes.
Because what happens when you're confident enough to say your name, and then you're confident enough to say what you like and what you're into, then these are how you fall into your different communities, right? And you're like, okay, I'm going to join the Ebony Culture Club because I love black causes and black social things, right? So you join these different clubs, and then when you're in these different clubs, you become a leader inside of these clubs.
Mm-hmm.
You become a curator inside of these clubs on how you can impact the world, right? And impact.
Okay.
And then even when you go into college, you're joining clubs, you're joining sororities, you're joining different things. But if you don't know what you like and you don't establish this personal brand and people don't know you for what it is that you do, right? Then you're not going to scale yourself, right? So I think that's important for me is to just push in that leadership. One thing that I do want to do is start to go into the schools. I did have a friend, Camille High, who was actually another co-founder of Black and Bayonne with me. She, we talked about being dot connectors, right? I could create 1,000 ideas, but there's some people that I feel like are more stronger in different areas than I am, right?
Oh,
so
yes.
I can create the idea, right? Let's get together. We're going to create this. We're going to do this. And then, let's call it this. Let's call it Black and Bayonne. But I knew that Camille was a stronger person for me to be the face of this thing. So I would encourage her to do it. And just the way that she's able to just connect with different people. She's worked inside of the school, different schools, and she's brought me in to do little things and teach. But
Great.
a goal of mine is to have programs within Bayonne.
For the young.
For the youth, yes.
The
It
youth.
starts young. It starts very young. We all
That's
know
wonderful.
that, right? And as a business owner, we know that we need to have mentees, right? Because what happens is, and we can end it with this, right? You have to have mentees. When it comes to your business, you need mentees, right? And then your mentees turn into your employees, right? And then your employees turn into your franchisees. So that's the framework right there, right?
I love
so
that
you have to
framework.
start at the
Love
youth,
that, yo.
build them up, let them work for you. And when they love your business, they will start to talk about your business and push your business and want to own one of your businesses. And that's how the business grows. And that's how you grow. So be a leader. Be a leader. That's it.
This has been wonderful because I learned a lot just today from this young lady. This is really, really good.
Thank you.
I want to thank you for doing this interview on Chitty D Chat episode 3. Just let everybody know your Instagram. Well, you said your personal one, but let them know for Drip. What is the Drip one?
So again, my personal Instagram is Shani Builds Brands. Shani Builds Brands, and then from there, if you go onto that page and go right into the bio, I do have my businesses there. You'll find Drip Gelato, so I love Drip Gelato, and then you have the Spa Cafe. So Crown Social, the original spa business that I created, is now being renovated and revamped and rebranded into a spa franchise. So we've changed the name to the Spa Cafe. So the Spa Cafe is the Brew Renew experience. We provide that there. So
like that.
We did a little concept with a little blend of spa, lounging, and cafes. And the mission with that is actually pushing bonding experience and just pushing more of meeting with your friends over coffee versus over drinks. So
y'all need to book.
Yeah,
book, and come get gelatos too, because this stuff is good.
Come see me.
Come see
connect
her.
with me. Like I said, everybody doesn't want to do business with you. Some of y'all may not want to try my ice cream, but I am definitely encouraging you to connect with me in any type of capacity. If I got it, only on the days that I got it now. But yes, follow Shani Builds Brands. Thank you so much again.
Thank you, babe. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you. Yes.